This is a review of the Rhinoshark Power Bank. It's a 12,000 milliampere hour white portable battery pack. Inside the box, you'll find a charging cable which also can be used to charge your devices. It is 12 inches long. You'll also find an instruction manual. It is very brief and it is very poorly written. The English grammar and spelling is incorrect and technical details are lacking. You'll find the battery itself, which is a 12,000 milliampere powered battery. It weighs in at 10 1/4 ounces. This battery performed extremely well in our test. You'll also receive 4 connectors. The web page says you'll get 5, but you don't. This is a micro USB, a mini USB, an Apple 30-pin connector, and a Nokia connector. Please be aware that in our testing we use the Apple connector for most of the test. The pack contains a lithium polymer battery. It's a high quality battery and my test results show that. It does not come with a charging adapter, but you can charge it with a 2.1 amp source or anything over 1 amp. I can tell you it takes a long time to charge a battery of this capacity. Like I said, it's 12,000 milliampere hours. This type of battery with a lithium polymer cell can be recharged over 500 times. Here you'll see 4 LEDs that can be used to check the charge status of the battery. They also will flash when the battery is being charged. On the top here you'll see a control button. If you press this button, you can see the batteries coming on. 3 LEDs are fully lit and 1 is flashing, so it's not quite 100% charged. You can see there are 4 LEDs. 1 is flashing. That means it's charged between 75 and 100%. I just wanted to show that. Each LED represents roughly 25%, so it's 25, 50, 75, and 100%. I want to point out that we've been charging this battery with a 2.1 amp source, and at the end of 12 hours, it's still not fully charged. So this battery takes quite a long time to recharge. You can see the push button that's used to start the charging process of your device, and also to check the battery level status. Top here you can see 2 outlet ports. These are the standard USB ports here. They're rated at 5 volts DC. I'm sorry to tell you I can't tell you the output current because it's not specified in the instruction sheet, like I said, which is very poor. In addition, on the web page it basically just says that both ports are rated at 0.5 amps to 2.1 amps, but I can't verify that. Here is a micro USB port that's used for charging the device. What I said, this is a massive battery and it will take a long time to recharge it completely, so use as big a power source as you can. In addition to the information on these charging ports not being available in the instruction manual, it's not marked on the device at all. There are no specifications on the device, which is something that I think would be important for future models. Even though there are some shortcomings like a weak instruction manual, lack of technical specs, and lack of labeling on the ports, this battery is exceptional. Let's cover the good points. I was able to partially charge an iPad 3, partially charge an iPad 2, partially charge an iPhone 5S, partially charge another iPad 3, another iPhone 5S, and another iPhone 5S. I was able to get 10,138.16 milliampere hours out of this battery, which is rated at 12,000 milliampere hours. That means the efficiency of this battery pack was 84.48%. That's exceptional. That means you can charge the new iPhone 5S 6.5 times, and the iPhone 5S has a pretty good sized battery at 1,560 milliampere hours. I wanted to give you a little size comparison of this battery to the new iPhone 5S. You can see it's not that large for the amount of power that it does carry. You can see I have an iPhone 5S plugged in with a lightning cable, and I have the battery pack. It's not charging, so I have to come over and press this button and hold it for a second, and you heard it chirp, and the phone is now charging. Here are my test results for the devices I tested. I charged an iPad 3 34% to start the testing. I then charged an iPad 2 64% for the second phase of the test. I then plugged in an iPhone 5S and charged at 45%, and after it was done I plugged in an iPad 3 at 27%. Strangely enough, the battery stopped charging the iPad at 32%, and to me this means that it had insufficient current for the iPad to recognize it as a valid charging source. Since LEDs were still lit, I plugged it into an iPhone 5S to see if any charge was remaining. Even though it wouldn't charge an iPad 3, I could charge an iPhone 5S roughly 9% and a second iPhone 5S at 22%. As a summary, I was able to draw out 10,138.16 milliampere hours out of this battery, which represents an 84.48% efficiency. This is an excellent result for the battery, but you just need to be aware that when the charge is getting low, you may have difficulty in charging something like an iPad. I include this table in all my reviews. It includes the charging requirements of some common devices. I think it helps people to select what size battery to purchase to charge their applications that they want to use it for. Just remember that you will lose approximately 30% of the battery's capacity due to electrical voltage conversions and also heat that's lost. Based on my test results, you should be able to charge an iPhone 4 approximately 714%, an iPhone 5S 650%, an iPad 2 146%, an iPad 3 or 4 88%, an iPad mini 226%, and a Kindle Fire approximately 230%. It's because of this outstanding efficiency that I still rate this battery pack at 5 stars. Overall, I have to rate this battery at 5 stars because of its outstanding performance. At almost 85% efficiency, it's one of the most powerful batteries I've tested with the highest efficiency. It does take a long time to charge, and the suppliers should be strongly encouraged to improve the instruction manual and add labeling to the device to label the ports and the specifications of the product. It is still a 5-star item. This review was done by JJ CEO. I'd like to know I received a sample for test and evaluation, and I promise to give a fair and honest review.